The Cavs beat the Memphis G League team last night, but most importantly, Donovan Mitchell looked as healthy as we have seen him since his knee injury he suffered right before or right after the All-Star break.
Yeah.
And being there in person, it was pretty noticeable the difference in how Donovan's lateral quickness was back. His vertical ability and explosiveness still is a little lacking, but it was good to see him healthy and at least resembling the former Donovan Mitchell we had seen prior to the injury. The game itself, like I said, it was the Memphis G League team, but Tyvis, what did you take away from Donovan? How do you think he looked?
The first thing I took away was he need to let that mask thing go. I mean, I always knew that it was going to take him a while to adjust, and it's just that mask. It really blocks your vision and stuff what you want to do. So him getting rid of the mask made him better from that standpoint. But I seen a guy who, I'm not going to say he was quite as explosive as he used to be, but you could tell that when he dribbled the ball and he got low, he could make more moves. He was able to go behind his back. But as far as getting to the hold and dunking, like, I don't think he's there. But I think right now he's trying to figure out, he's figuring, like, I'm not going to be 100% for the playoffs, so I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to be effective. And last night, yes, it was the Memphis Grizzlies, but he at least showed you, like, I can still do some things. I mean, I think he shot 50% from Trey. I think he was 5 for 10 from Trey, had 28, 29 points, still was able to hit some dimes. So I like what I seen from him. Obviously, you can't really take a lot from the rest of the team because it's the Grizzlies and they're terrible. But from Donovan's performance, I like that. If he can do that, he needs to get a little bit more healthier because he's got to go to the hold in the playoffs. But, hey, it's a good performance by him.
Guys, the Cavs have 2 games left on the season. I think the Bucks have the tiebreaker over the Cavs, so the Cavs cannot end up as high as the 2. But I believe, Mike, correct me if I'm wrong, that they could still, with 2 games to go, finish as high as the 3 and as low as the 7.
I believe it's low as 6.
I think it's 7 because on the standing sheet, it has an X next to the Bucks and Knicks, which means they have clinched a playoff spot. It means they can't fall into the play-in, and I'm not seeing that next to the Cavs.
I thought X was the no, you're right. X is playoff spot.
So because doesn't Philly have the tiebreaker over the Cavs?
Probably.
I think
they
don't remember.
I think they can finish as low as the 7. Now they probably won't because they're playing bad teams.
The series is tied 2-2, so I have to go to the next tiebreaker.
Yeah. Well, either way, they certainly can finish as low as the 6 and maybe the 7. It's still wide open there.
They have to win Friday.
At the moment,
I'm about to say Friday is a must-win.
That's a big game.
Who do you want to play right now in the first round that gives you any chance? With Donovan looking a little better, I don't think anybody has any faith in this team, but who do you want them to play?
Either
Pacers
the Magic
or
the Pacers or Magic.
Magic had a bad loss the other night. They lost to Milwaukee
last night without Giannis.
Yeah.
With no Giannis, they still lost. So
I think they lost pretty bad, too.
This is a hard team to watch right now. That was a trash brutal. Half. It was a trash first half.
They're a trash team. I mean, I just can't watch them.
And the Donovan thing was weird. The whole thing's been weird. All of this has just been really weird.
It's telling.
Glad he played better last night, but it's hard to just stomach their games right now. Like,
it is.
I just get angry watching this.
Yes.
Team. They should be so much better than what they are.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of disgusted with the whole thing and done with them, frankly.
Yes.
Like,
wow.
I really am.
That's where you are.
That was such a trash first half. You're playing a team missing 12 dudes with no reason to even be there, and you're down. Like, that's trash.
They pulled it together. They ran away with it.
They should never be in that position. They should never be in that position.
I got a game for you.
Yes.
And Jason, I know you watched. This is specifically for Bowl.
Jason.
I'm going to give you names. You tell me if this player played for the Grizzlies last night or if I'm making up the name, just pulling it out of my ass.
All right, because I'm not going to lie. I always keep it real.
You did not watch.
Well, 99.9% of the time I keep it real.
You watched the Guardians instead?
Yeah, I was not watching the Cavaliers last night. And I will not watch their last 2 games. Obviously, I'll watch the playoffs.
You ain't going to watch this? This is a big game Friday.
No. It's only for seeding. I could hear about it after. I'm not going to lie. So I did not watch. I probably couldn't name, when they were healthy, more than 2 players on Memphis. Since they're not healthy and they're playing all G League guys, I probably won't know. So I'll probably be guessing, but go ahead. I'll be honest.
Jake Lovaria.
So some of these names you're going to make up.
I'm going to make up a couple. Some of these are real.
Okay.
Jake Lovaria.
Jake Lovaria. That sounds like a white guy name. And so a white guy is less likely to be in the NBA.
I don't.
But the G League might have a higher percentage of white guys than the NBA, and there's a lot of G League guys playing.
You're getting to look
I'm
inside
still going to
Bull's
say it's
head
made
right
up.
now.
That's a made-up name.
Jake LaRavia had 32 points, was 8 of 11 from 3 last night.
You're
the
kidding.
leading scorer in the game. Next up.
Who is this guy? Have you ever heard of him before?
I've never heard of him.
I've never heard of him before.
Nobody.
last night,
Okay.
though.
Wow.
He was a 2022
That
first
shows
round
you
pick.
how why the NBA is kind of a joke. Because
next
some
up.
slappy that nobody ever heard of can come off and score 32 points. Or is that just an
Xavier-
indictment on how awful the Cavs are?
Next up,
Next.
Xavier Simpson.
Oh, he's real.
He is real. Played at Michigan.
I guessed, by the way. I was
Jack
I
White.
was confident in it. Go ahead.
Jack White.
No, that's made up.
Jack White played 15 minutes last night. Had 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. And
Jack
was
White is
-5
black.
in
Is
the
that
backcourt.
true?
No, Jack White is a white guy from Duke.
Okay, this is crazy because usually guys with the last name White are black, and guys with the last name Black are white. This doesn't fit the narrative. Incredible. Go ahead.
G.G. Jackson.
That's made up.
G.G. Jackson scored 22 points last night, was 7 of 21 from the floor, had 2 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals.
I thought that was some guy that plays trumpet behind Hayden Grove. I don't know. Jeez.
Trey Jemison.
That's real. I've heard of him.
You've heard of Trey Jemison. Trey Jemison is real. He's a undrafted rookie from UAB.
I have not heard of him, by the way. I was making that up.
And last up,
You didn't make up any so far. This one's got to be made up, no?
well, you've heard of Lamar Stevens.
I have. He played for the Cavs. I remember
He did.
him.
There you go. Well, there
Scottie
you go.
Pippen.
You were 2 for 4 on the ones that didn't
Junior.
play. Yeah. Those were all the guys who actually played. I'm not even going to make one up.
All right.
I didn't have to make up names.
But I'd never heard of any of those guys.
No.
But had you heard of any of those guys?
G.G. Jackson was a highly touted prospect out of South Carolina.
Scottie
But
Pippen.
other
Jr.
than that, not.
They have Scottie
Xavier
Pippen's
Simpson
kid on their
played
team?
at
No.
Michigan. To Jason's point, though, that first half was as bad as it could have possibly got. Donovan was the only bright spot in the first half. They pulled it together. Kudos to them for almost covering. It was a much better second
Why
half.
would you
Donovan
give them
looked good.
kudos?
Yeah, I give them nothing.
Well, they pulled it together late.
I give
It
them
was
nothing.
It was more Memphis.
What if they-
just
They
ran out
beat the
gas
5
than
of us
anything
last night. Congratulations.
What
Yeah,
if they,
right.
What if
The 5
they?
of us.
What if they flipped the switch and like turned it on in the playoffs?
They flip the switch, they're going to electrocute themselves.
Do
Right
you
now.